This is the Disney Mickey and the Beanstalk game, a cooperative adventure to the castle in the sky. Work together to collect food from the giant's table, rescue the Golden Harp from the lockbox, and slide down the vine to Happy Valley. Feed the village and retrieve the harp before the giant fills his lockbox to win. Here's how to play. Set up the game board as shown on the back of the instructions. Then, set up the game pieces. The youngest player goes first. On your turn, spin the spinner. If you spin a plate, the giant locks some food away. Flip a token from the matching pile and place it on an empty spot in the lockbox. Then, spin again. If you spin the giant, move the giant to the closest table edge of the color you spun. If you spun the color he's already at, move him to the other edge of that color. Then you move up to the number of spaces you spun, but you cannot stop on the space in front of the giant. If you spin sneak, the giant doesn't move or lock anything away. You move up to the number of spaces and you may stop in front of the giant if you want to. Let's see how you move onto the giant's table. All players start in Happy Valley, which is one big space. Climbing the beanstalk counts as moving one space. Then move to one of the drawbridges, and from there, you can jump onto the table. You can pass through and share spaces with other players, but not the turkey. You can also move past the giant, but you can't stop in front of him unless you spun sneak. You can move fewer spaces than you spun, or choose not to move at all in order to stop where you want. If you stop on a food space, flip a token from the matching pile and place it on an empty spot on your mat. If you stop on the key space, take a key token and place it on an empty spot on your mat. You can only carry one key at a time, and you can never have more than 3 tokens. If you don't have any empty spots on your mat, you can't take a token. But if you stop on the lockbox when you have a key, you get to unlock it and take something out. Place the key back on its pile. Take any one item from the lockbox and place it on your mat. After you take a token, if you can, it's the next player's turn. But watch out for the giant. If the giant ever moves in front of a space with a player, even if it's not the player's turn, he sees them and locks something away. If any player on that space has the Golden Harp, the giant takes it and locks it back in the lockbox. If they don't have the Golden Harp, then the giant takes 1 food token from the pile matching the space he's in front of and locks it in the lockbox. He only locks up 1, even if there's multiple players on the space. The giant doesn't take food directly from the players, only from the pile. And if the giant catches a player on the key space or the lockbox when they don't have the harp, nothing happens. If all 8 spots in the giant's lockbox are ever full, the giant wins and all the players lose. If the lockbox is close to getting full, hurry to unlock it and take something out. To win, the players must bring food and the Golden Harp back to Happy Valley. Each house in Happy Valley has 3 spots the players must fill with specific kinds of food. When you're ready to return to Happy Valley, jump down from one of these spaces on the table to a drawbridge and then move to the leaf. As soon as you reach the leaf, you immediately slide down the vine, like this. Whenever you slide down the vine, take all the food from your mat and place it on a matching spot in Happy Valley. Any kind of food can be placed on this spot. If you have the Golden Harp, place it here. If all the spots where you would place a food are full, mix it back into its pile. If all 12 spots at the houses are full and all the players and the Golden Harp are in Happy Valley, you all win. Now get ready to go up the beanstalk.